Männer! Es war ein langer Krieg. Es war ein tapfer Krieg. Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft. Seid eine besondere Truppe, die ineinander...
Hey everyone, Hydra Head here, and this is Darkstar Rising, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Number 2? 2? Yeah, number 2, I think. Oh shit. I'm not even sure. I think this is 2. This is either 2 or 3. Yeah, this is 2. This, came out about 2 Wednesdays ago. I wanted to give everybody a chance to read this, because I really like it. At the moment, I think I'm more Team Darkstar than I am Green Lantern. Don't get me wrong, I love the Lanterns. I just really get where Tomar Tu and the Darkstar armor is coming from here. Obviously, they're going for the fascistic outlook on everything here, but I'm okay with that to a degree. So, it's being written still by Vindetti. Art on the very first one was a boy Ethan Van Sciver. Now it's Sandoval. EVS still did the cover, at least this cover. Looking great. And I think he's going to be doing like the middle and the final issue. But when you're working at his quality level, it takes you a little bit more time to pump out what you feel is appropriate. So I perfectly understand that. Story picks up right where it left off, which is exactly what you want. I do want to say that Sandoval understands how a woman's supposed to be drawn. I know she's technically underage, but on her planet she's not. Which, ironically, is like the whole initial plot of Galacticon. So basically, after realizing that the Darkstars are doing what they're going to do, the Green Lantern Corps is talking with, trying to basically gather forces to put a stop to this before it can get started, because they consider the Darkstars' excessive use of force to be a threat to peace. One great thing, and this is kind of for DC altogether, but I noticed it a lot in the stuff Ethan's working on, is they have these great double-page splashes. Look at that. That's the type of credit page you want. Lots of action, lots of stuff going on. You got all your information down here. And great action shots. So basically the Green Lantern Force, they locate where the Darkstars are at. They zip into the planet. They think they're getting the drop on them, but the Darkstars have the ability to teleport. They show up, basically try and lock down the Green Lantern Force real quick. Green Lanterns call in for a quick evac, get teleported out, and they're missing somebody important. Turns out Hal Jordan was taken and is being held captive. And so this part coming up, we get a nice reference to Jaws. It's also a really good double-page spread. Look at that. That's cool. And one thing I would really like to point out, so I think a lot of artists would have just taken their base character model and just copied it a whole bunch of times, shrinking down the size a little bit. But if you look, there are very clear differences in all the armor. So I'm pretty sure Sandoval individually drew every damn one of these guys. That's respectable. That's what that is. that's good stuff. Also very cool page, and what I meant by the call out to Jaws is, we're gonna need a bigger core. So obviously the corpse doesn't drop down in and immediately try and save Hal Jordan. Instead, Tomar Tu shows up. Hal's ready to throw down, but Tomar Tu's like, no, nobody's gonna fight you. Just explaining our case, and we want you to realize that we're not going anywhere. He also shows them that the guys who eventually created the armor are now being essentially enslaved by the armor and used as a power source. Their sonic abilities are harnessed to give the Corps basically a communication channel, which is kind of nifty. It also powers their the machine that is creating the Darkstar armor. And they have every intention of spreading further throughout the galaxy and basically becoming the true galactic enforcers. Hal is obviously not for that, but Tomar Tu just says, look, we're not fighting. I'm taking you back because I have something to tell the rest of the Green Lantern Force. As soon as all the Darkstars show up, the Green Lanterns are ready to throw down because they're on their home turf now. Tomar Tu settles the violence, though, and basically starts talking to them. We do see that some of the other Darkstars aren't as honest as Tomar Tu. They just want to annihilate the Green Lanterns because they're a threat. And Tomar Tu has to essentially remind them that their lethal force is for criminals, not for other people. But if they keep standing in their way, then yeah, they'll do whatever they have to eliminate the threat. And that's when it's decided that everybody's got to go and gather up anyone they can so they can defeat these dark stars. That includes superheroes, villains. So taking some guesses, thinking we're going for the Justice League here. I'm betting we're going to see some space bounty hunters here, or possibly... I have my theories on who this is going to end up being, but I'm not trustworthy in them enough to just go ahead and say it. I'm sure Guy's going to bring out some interesting people, and I know this area is supposed to look familiar. I just can't think of where it's at. But in the next book, we're probably going to see the new team that's going to be taking on the Darkstars, and that should be pretty exciting. So this book's only $2.99. It's a pretty cheap, and considering you're getting Vindetti writing, Sandoval on art, probably 2 or 3 complete issues that are going to be done by EVS. That's a deal. I would highly recommend this, guys. As far as complaints, none so far. I think my outlook on life makes the threat of the Darkstar not really seem as imposing as it should. I'm sure they're trying to basically create an allegory for fascists and using too much might. But they make some very valid points. So, real interested to see where this goes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hail Hydra, baby.